Times, your daily source for breaking news, trending stories, and viral updates from around the world.
The war in Ukraine has been raging for over 2 years, causing massive destruction, loss of life, and a global political crisis. But now, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has made it clear, Ukraine is determined to end this war with a just and lasting peace. But what does this really mean? Is peace truly possible? What steps is Ukraine taking, and how are world leaders reacting? Stay tuned as we break down Ukraine's fight for a peaceful resolution and whether the war could finally come to an end. The war has reached a critical point where both sides have suffered heavily. But now, President Zelenskyy is pushing for a diplomatic breakthrough. So, what does he mean by a just and lasting peace? President Zelenskyy has consistently emphasized that Ukraine will not accept any peace that compromises its sovereignty. His vision for a just and lasting peace is based on several key principles. 1. Total Russian withdrawal. Ukraine demands that Russian forces withdraw completely from its internationally recognized borders, including Crimea, which was annexed in 2014. 2. Security guarantees. Ukraine wants long-term security assurances from NATO and Western allies to prevent future aggression. 3. Justice for war crimes. Ukraine insists that Russian officials and military personnel responsible for war crimes be held accountable under international law. 4. Reparations for destruction. Ukraine seeks financial compensation from Russia for the massive damage caused by the invasion. 5. Ukraine's NATO and EU aspirations. Zelenskyy sees Ukraine's future in the European Union and NATO, a stance that Russia strongly opposes. But while these demands seem fair from Ukraine's perspective, Russia has shown little willingness to compromise. So, what are the chances that peace talks will succeed? Despite Ukraine's push for peace, several major obstacles remain. Here's why a quick resolution might not be so simple. Key points. 1. Russia's stance. Putin still insists that Ukraine should never join NATO. Russia refuses to return Crimea and other occupied territories. The Kremlin demands Ukraine's neutrality, which Zelenskyy rejects. 2. Western influence. The US and EU back Ukraine but may struggle to maintain long-term support due to domestic political shifts. Some European leaders are calling for a diplomatic settlement, fearing economic repercussions. 3. China and other global players. China has positioned itself as a mediator but leans towards Russia. Countries like India remain neutral but advocate for dialogue. 4. Ukrainian public sentiment. Many Ukrainians reject any peace deal that compromises their land and independence. There is strong public support for continuing the fight until victory. With both sides standing firm, the road to peace seems difficult. But could international diplomacy play a role in ending this war? The global community plays a crucial role in shaping the outcome of this war. Let's look at some possible scenarios. Key points. UN peace talks. The UN has attempted negotiations, but Russia's veto power limits progress. Economic sanctions. Western sanctions have hurt Russia's economy, but not enough to force a retreat. Military aid versus peace talks. The West faces a dilemma: continue arming Ukraine or push for a settlement. Possible mediation by neutral countries. Nations like Turkey and Saudi Arabia have tried to mediate, but with little success. So, what's next for Ukraine and this war? Here are 3 possible scenarios. 1. Continued war. Fighting drags on, with neither side willing to back down. Ukraine continues receiving Western support, but Russia remains aggressive. 2. Negotiated settlement. A ceasefire is agreed upon, but territorial disputes remain unresolved. Ukraine may have to accept partial losses to end the war. 3. Ukraine's victory. If Ukraine forces Russia to retreat entirely, it would be a historic military success. However, rebuilding Ukraine would take years, requiring global assistance. Whatever happens, one thing is clear: Ukraine is determined to fight for its sovereignty, and Zelensky's call for a just and lasting peace is not just about ending the war, but about securing a stable future for generations to come. So, do you think a fair peace agreement is possible? Or will this war continue indefinitely? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Viral Times for more deep dives into global affairs. See you in the next one.